Y'all look where I'm at, y'all. I'm over here. Where am I at? I'm in Mableton, Georgia.
Little shop of horror.
This is Tom's little shop, man. Uh-oh. What you been doing today, man? Well, he didn't know I was coming by here, and I didn't know I was coming by here either until I missed. Yeah, I was wondering where the hell you were at. Remember the other day when I texted you and I'm like, hey man, you still open? Tom is one of those guys that don't have to do no marketing, y'all. What you working on here?
Well, let's start brought this to because you know the famous Honda, man. When you take these screws out,
right,
the studs and everything will come out with it.
Oh shit! You got to redo that, ain't you?
Yeah, this one's already out. I figured the block was running, but I got it screwed back in.
Then you have to use some bigger bolts too, ain't you?
No, I believe it's all right.
Are you gonna redo that one? Did it rip it out?
No, I think they're still threaded.
That's a pretty good little mower there.
Yeah,
they work good.
I try to save all these Hondas, man. They don't make them in America.
I know. I got that Honda. My guy hates it, man. The 21 inch, but he don't know quality mower. I paid like $1,500 for that damn thing.
I've always been a Toro guy. Let me show you this.
And this is all on the fly footage, y'all, so I'll have to edit the hell out of it. I'm just getting some footage waiting on the Gatorade place to open.
Like I said, I've always been a Toro guy. This thing I've had for 26 years, man. I use it every weekend. And it turns 41 years old this year. I can crank it right now, man. Just use it all day long.
Damn, is that a sealed? You welded that on there?
I welded that, yeah.
Damn.
I ripped all that crap off that holds the bag.
Yeah.
It just kind of minimized it. Got rid of the covers. And
you put a new tranny on it?
I done that a couple of years ago. The only thing I've ever done to it besides,
those trannies like that don't cost that much, do they? $400?
Well, if you go through Toro, they're over $1,000. But this one I got on Amazon for a couple $100, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say $300 or $400, man. Yeah. I've had quite a few walk behinds back in the day.
The only reason I had to replace it was because the shaft coming out of the bottom, that bronze bushing.
Yeah.
It got so sloppy, the pulley was rubbing the bottom of the frame, and it was just loud. And I'm like, well, because I cut this guy's grass with it a couple of years ago, and that elderly couple walking through the neighborhood looked at me like I was crazy, Like, what are you using?
See, all you guys see the equipment that I have now, but there was a time when I would make money with these things, man. I mean, big time.
This is the one I've done video series.
Make money with that too?
Like 3 years ago, I put a new engine. Napa done the hydraulic lines for me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I had to make that muffler, and then of course I replaced all the belts and pulleys and all that.
And this is the old school stuff where they got two pumps.
Yeah, this is the 2000.
And the pump and the dry motors are separate.
This thing's old enough to buy alcohol right now. Man.
Yeah. And I love the concept here, y'all, that I really like.
Yeah.
This is a freaking, I mean, I don't know why the newer mowers don't.
As long as you don't get a flat, it'll hold.
Yeah. I mean, the newer mowers, they got the disc, and it's like, man, why do y'all, let's take $1,000 off the price of the mower and give me something to go down on the tire.
I had a couple people wanting to buy this from me, man, but I'm like, it don't cost me nothing to keep it. I like having something like this laying around.
Yeah. It'll cut anything.
Because I got a customer, he lives up in North Toro, he lives in Royston, and his dad lives down the street, and he's an elderly guy, had a stroke, can't cut his grass no more, he's got a big old yard, man. So I said, heck, I just, I ain't got no use for this, I'll just make a few bucks with this, and I cut his grass, just keep code enforcement off of him.
Dude, I've been wanting to do this right here. I got, I got those old sprockets from the Bobcat I had.
Yeah.
And I fill them up with concrete. Those they're heavy already.
Yeah.
The sprocket, and then put a pole like this on it, man.
I put it right there where all the water drains on it. I need to seal that thing and
That sounds like some shit I do, dude. Yeah, come right over there, don't it? Bam, right on the back of it, man.
It just gets done.
Damn, dude.
I need to cover it. I need to move it somewhere else, really.
You've been pretty busy this year?
Yeah, man, it's been crazy. Even after I get rid of all my advertising, man, I stay slammed. I ran in the house, I got my security cameras on my phone, and I pulled up the app and I ran in the house to use the bathroom. As soon as I did, a customer pulled in. So I had to run out here and help them, and I ran back in to finish and sit back down. As soon as I did, somebody else pulled in. I'm like, this is crazy, man. I had stuff stacked out, man. I'm like, this ain't what I signed up for. This is supposed to be a retirement hobby.
Yeah.
We had 3 shops around here closed in the last year or two.
And I passed a couple getting up to here.
Mableton Trading, Blades, Smyrna Mowers, they all closed, but Linus around the corner he opened his shop just on the other side of that plumbing building. Thank God he did, man. I got somebody to send people to. You know, I don't want to mess with them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just trying to
That's one thing I tell these guys all the time is, man, the older you get, you really want to pick and choose how you spend your time.
And I've got really picky. I had a guy call me yesterday, want me to work on a snapper rear engine rider, and I had to give that up. I can't pick them up, stand them up anymore. 90% of what you do to a snapper rear engine rider, you got to stand them up.
Yeah, yeah. I have one of them when I first started the business.
Crazy.
I have one, and the rear like a 26 inch or whatever.
Yeah.
One blade.
One of them Forrest Gump ones.
Yeah, I mean, rear engine. But the older I get, it ain't about the money all the time. I mean, you know, it's got to be about it somewhat, but it's not really hardcore about just the money. It's about how I spend my time and what I wanted.
I mean, really, I just kind of recoup what I put into it, and you know, I make money on videos.
Yeah.
You know, because you know,
The videos get pretty good bit of views.
they do. They really do, man.
You get more views than I get, probably. 'Cause I don't get very many
I'm
views.
getting an average of about 12 to 1,400 views a video.
Yeah, I probably get about 600 maybe.
Yeah.
You know, but that's, you know, I don't really. Maybe I'll get more on this one, because I got Tom Doe. It's got two gas. This thing right here is when they first started doing two gas tanks.
Yeah, I had all that.
Because there was a time
bypassed.
when they didn't ever even thought about doing two gas tanks.
You know, I had it all bypassed, and I just had it run off that one tank because I'm not going to use this thing all day, and I just realized that gas cap's cracked. Somebody tightened it too tight. And I was going to get rained in. That's why I don't use this tank. It's got one-way valves on the bottom of each tank coming out.
Right.
So it can't just, you know, so it can't just suck it back in.
I feel like you got a new seat on there too.
Well, actually, that's the old seat.
Is that the seat that came with it?
I tell you what,
Man, the seat that came with it. No way. That's an X-Mark seat. That's the same seat as on my mowers.
Well, I mean, Toro makes like that.
Yeah.
This thing can cut grass faster than an athlete can run.
Yeah.
And you got this air ride seat, and then you're just floating.
Yeah.
This is a great lawnmower.
Yeah. What is it? A 52?
It's a 48.
48?
Yeah. That guy's grass I was cutting, you know, just out of the goodness of my heart. He's got a split level house, and he's got a whole row of windows, man, ground level.
I hate that, dude. Oh my God, I hate that.
So I put that board on there.
Those are the ones I can't send nobody to go do. Because as soon as I do that, they'll get out in the yard a little bit, and then they'll turn it the wrong way, and they'll aim it right at them windows, man. And the windows are like 2 foot off the ground, you know. Yeah, man. These right here are pretty good.
Yeah, man.
This is old school shit
I got
here.
that big hill out there on the side of the road, man. I could be cutting down through there, and I'll get to the bottom, and I'll flip that thing up and get up on that hill. People run off the road thinking I'm crashing. I can throw that thing up on that hill. God, this thing is great.
Yeah, if you and these one thing about these old walk behinds and stuff is if you ain't careful, they'll hurt you.
I love the old belt drive.
Yeah, yeah.
I just never have gotten used to that hydrostatic.
Yeah, I mean, I never once they started. You know, I had quite a few walk behinds when I first started.
Yeah.
I'd go through them, you know, 36 inch Metro, and then I had a couple of, but they were always so dangerous because the ones I got were third hand, and you know, none of the safety features worked.
Yeah.
I had one that I came off of, and it kept going with the blade spinning, and I don't run so fast, so it was like, yeah.
I got a guy that I talked him into buying some Skag 36s, and because he was using junk, and whenever he brought it to me to change the oil and stuff, I'd have him to put it on the table and take it off because man, I ain't used to it. I don't work on them enough to be able to maneuver.
Yeah. Well, it shows there's a lot of money in homeowner mowers. There's more people cut their grass than pay to cut their grass, right?
Yeah.
So by that default, you're going to have a lot of people with mowers that ain't commercial. You know, everybody thinks, well, if you ain't got a commercial mower, then you ain't doing it. Well, most homeowners don't. And there's a whole lot more homeowners out there that want to cut their grass,
Right.
that ain't going to go buy a new lawnmower every summer.
That's the biggest reason I quit selling used equipment, because these guys that do it for a living get up there and just thrash them, and then they come back. You know, you kind of married to the mower. You know, this mower right here is 41 years old, but it is actually still in the Toro catalog. The T-bar.
And you could still be. I mean, you could buy that engine and put a brand new engine on it if you wanted to. If the engine went out.
Well, when I bought it from a guy, he was selling everything he had to move to Hawaii, and he put that brand new engine on there in 1999 is when I bought it. So that's a 99 engine.
So 26 years ago.
The first time I ever used this thing, I was in this lady's yard, and the recoil, this clutch froze up. and it backed off that flywheel and just crunched the entire pull starter.
Oh,
And I had to push this thing all the way around from behind her house up on the trailer. So I just took that recoil off, and I've been using that right there for, God, 25
I even
years.
got a impact that I made to grab that shit and turn it with the impact.
Yeah,
you know,
I can do that sometimes too. But see, the drill I use,
you got to have a drill with you all the time and all that.
It has an armature brake, and you better roll that off easy, man. You'll rip your
Yeah, more powerful. Now I like this design here. I don't, you know, this is the new design that the Exmark commercial 30s are having.
I had a guy give me this about
Damn, he
3
gave it
weeks
to
ago,
you?
because him and his wife bought they're buying all battery powered stuff, and he gave me a pressure washer too.
I think they're going to regret that.
Yeah, and this is actually a pretty neat lawnmower. Yeah, it's got the power mower, and it's a piece of junk residential quality, but it's a really neat lawnmower, and I've used it several times to cut my grass because I didn't want to fire up that big 36 over there. And he brought it to me, and the drive cable where it goes and hooks to the transmission, you know, it broke off.
That's it.
So I had to take a piece of metal and drill, and I just, you know.
And these all the newer commercial 30s are having the casters on the front.
Yeah, you know what gets me is when I'm using this thing, you can go, and I still catch myself trying to turn it with the dang T-bar.
Yeah.
I can't get away from that, and my wrists are hurting by the time I'm done. But you know, all you do is you just grab the handlebars, you just spin the mower around.
And it'll roll pretty easy when the wheels are engaged. It'll roll pretty easy around this way.
I've got the bagger for it and everything, the chute in the bagger. That's why that chute right there is kind of warped. You know, he's been using that chute.
The bagger, yeah. Over time, it wears on that.
Yeah, and you'll get hit in the face with something because that thing's been out.
Oh yeah.
And it packs full of grass right there. So when the grass is real thick like this, it just clogs it up.
I thought about buying one of the commercial 30s, but man, I got two of them, and when a belt breaks on them, I'm like, oh my God. And then it took me like 2.5 hours to change the belt, to take the old drive belt off.
Yeah, you have to take the filler gauge.
You got to pick the sucker up over your head where you can get underneath it.
Yeah.
I got a skid, so I pick it up with the forks.
I saw that.
And I can.
I about passed out when I saw that thing on your forks. Man.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's but it's sketchy doing that.
Yeah, and most of the time when I you know, them blades are timed, a lot of times those blades hit each other and ruining them. So
that makes it where when you got guys working for you, you can't just change the blades on that mower.
Right.
Because
the way the engine is mounted, it's mounted on another kind of like a shelf on top of
stuff. Yeah.
And you can't get to none of it. You can't get to the pulleys hardly.
I know I changed that pulley out a couple of weeks ago. That's right here. I guess it's the drive pulley. No, it's the engages the blades. Dude, I had to undo the drive pulley, come up from the back, pick it up, come up from the back, undo 2 springs, pull that off, and then feed the other one, the new belt in there. And I'm like, man.
I forget what year it was. I think it was like 2010 or something. But I went to Atlanta, Kubota. They're a Toro dealer, and I bought the first year of it was a residential quality, but it was the first year of the 30-inch Toro. And I had nothing but absolute trouble out of that thing, man. The drive pulley was plastic.
Yep.
And it kept tearing up, and it was just a terrible design.
And at the end of the day, you got to look at what you're doing too. Like I'm trying, I don't really want to take on push mowing jobs. No. You know, because that requires labor to make money at it.
Yeah, you know, a lot of your properties you're going to have areas where you have to push, but you don't want to take on push mower jobs.
Yeah, I don't want to. Like I got 3 that we push mow the backyard. Everything else, well, sometimes a push mower might be handy, but it ain't necessary. You know, it's not mandatory. And you can do it with a 21-inch real quick, or you can get most of it with one of the 60s, and then the guy can weed eat what you can't get in there.
Back in the early 90s, when I was working for this landscape company, we had a lot of houses in Smyrna, and it's real hilly over there.
Yeah.
And we done several Atlanta Braves players' houses. And
big houses, small yards.
Yeah, big houses on hills and fences, and you got to push all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I lived over here, and I lived in my uncle had a house over here in Austell, over there behind the Home Depot. Well, I guess the Home Depot. I don't know if the Home Depot's still there.
Yeah.
I grew up there on and off, you know, my whole life. So I knew Mableton and Austell and, you know, Kennesaw. I lived in Kennesaw for a while too.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Marietta, and I would drive all the way down here. This was in the early 94, something like that, because I worked across the street. It's now a plumbing company, but back then it was an equipment rental store, and I was a heavy equipment mechanic. I would drive all the way from Marietta down here to work. And in 1998, this house came up for sales when I bought it, and I thought, well, how cool would that be to live and work right here?
Right across the street,
but
yeah.
A year later, I left and took a job with the Marietta schools. So I had to drive from here all the way back to Marietta.
Oh my God,
I've
dude!
done that for 20-something years, you know, and jeez.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna get this video. I'm gonna cut this video, man. I'm gonna kick it with Tom for a minute, then I'm gonna get back on the road, man. Y'all see him. The Tomster. All right, y'all.